Okay, I'm gonna try to shoot this video really quick before they start sawing things outside again. It's cloudy in Los Angeles today, a rare sight, and it kind of mirrors my mood. No, there's the there's the saw. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to shoot the video anyway. But this week has been pretty challenging as far as planning the road trip. So let me give you the updates. I have good news, bad news, and a little bit of ugly news as well. So the great news, good news, great news, is that my brother and my nephews will be visiting Florida as well for my cousin's graduation. So the first stop along the trip, along the way, I get to see my nephews. It's going to be my nephew Alex's birthday, so that's really exciting. That's going to be amazing, and we get to spend time together. I see my sister-in-law, my brother, and all three boys while we're in Florida, which means that I'll actually get to see them twice. I'll see them in Florida, and then again in, like a month later when I go to North Dakota. So that is great news. I can't get enough of those little munchkins while they're still young and have so much energy, and it's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see them. The bad news is that I had my car checked out on Wednesday, and I was hoping that my old bucket was going to make it for the whole trip, but it seems like I'll have to probably put a few grand into the car just to get it road ready. And it's not worth it to put that money into an 11-year-old car. So the bad news is that I'll have to go through the whole process of buying a new car before leaving and driving it with enough time to drive it around LA long enough to find any potential problems, that type of thing. So that's a little stressful, and so that's not great news. It's just kind of bad news. The ugly news is that there have been some policy changes in the main company that I work for here in Los Angeles, and it means that I will maybe not have a job when I get back. The policy changes are that Group X instructors have to teach a certain amount of times. I'm definitely going to try to keep my job. I love my students. I love the company that I work for. So I definitely want to try to keep it going. But right now it's just put another little obstacle in my way. I thought I was doing pretty good because I found subs for almost all of my classes, and that has been going really well. At least finding people to teach my own classes while I'm away. But now the policy changes mean that I will have to also teach classes while I'm away in order to stay in good standing and stay, a viable employee, and that totally makes sense. So anyway, it just means that now I'll have to try to reach out to the areas that I'll be traveling to. So I'll be in the Houston area for a while, and I would love to teach a Zumba class or a yoga class, and then I'll be in Denver area for a while, and same thing, maybe I can pick up a class from another instructor along the way. So anyways, that's the work that needs to go into the process now, and I'm documenting this because I know that later on when I look back at this trip all together, I'm just gonna see the good parts, and I'm gonna say, oh my gosh, that was amazing. I saw my family, and it was something that I needed to do for my life, and it's so great, and all that type of stuff. But I think it's easy to overlook those hard times. And earlier this week, when I'm in tears and crying because of all these things kind of popping up and being very stressful, I just want to be able to look back on this one day and say, yeah, times were hard. Like, you decided to do this thing. You knew it was going to be hard. It was hard, maybe even harder than I thought it was going to be. And that there were times where it just really sucked and didn't seem like it was going to come together. But ultimately, eye on the prize, it's going to happen. I'm going to see my family. I'm going to have this adventure, whatever it's going to be. And that's life. That's okay. That's good. Just don't forget the hard times and know that you can come through them. And I think that that's just good advice for everybody out there. So if you can take anything from this, take away that. If not, then this is just a normal update video for my trip. And so there's things that are moving along, things that are going well and not so well. And I look forward to seeing all the people on the trip that I will be seeing. And if you're watching this, love you. And that's it for now. I'll keep you updated on what's happening next. Who knows what it'll be. I'm sure it'll be car buying. So wish me luck, and I'll bring you along that adventure as well.